All right, so Google has now come out and fired back at what mainstream media has been saying about about the bullshit. Really, so Google released their original letter on August 17. Then the news media businesses just attacked them. Rupert got a bit upset that Google stood up for themselves. Wasn't prepared for them to do that because why would Google stand up to Rupert Murdoch? So fucking strange they did that, right? Anyway, so Rupert fired back with all his bullshit, and now Google has responded to all that bullshit. It's becoming just a drama at this point, but I still believe that Google is in the right here. Mainly because I just don't want fucking Rupert Murdoch to have my fucking data. I mean, that's, at the end of the day, that's what it fucking is. I would be happy if Google didn't have it too, but I mean, I live in a world where I use Google every single fucking day. I don't use the fucking news ever because it's fucking bullshit. Nor does anyone else I fucking know either. So if I'm asking all my friends, if I'm getting a poll together of all you guys watching this and asking you if you support Google or if you support mainstream media, pretty sure you guys are going to fucking say Google every single fucking time. But anyway, they've responded and it's pretty fucking good. I'm going to read the whole thing out because it is a short one today, real short. We can probably get this done in about 10 minutes. But yeah, I've probably been talking enough now, so let's just dive right into it. So there's a little bio here. On August 17, we wrote an open letter to let you know about new government regulation that would hurt how Australians use search and Google and YouTube. Stop calling it search! No one calls it search! It's called Google! Call it Google! What the fuck? Only people at Google would call it search, okay? Fuck that terminology off. No one in the real world calls it that. It's called Google. Fuck you. We wanted you to know that the law that's being proposed, the News Media Bargaining Code, puts the Google services you rely on at risk. Over the past few weeks, we've been really clear that we do not oppose a code of conduct governing the relationship between news media and digital platforms like Google. I don't know why I was following it with the cursor there. That was kind of annoying, actually. We want to see a strong future for Australian media. We've already agreed to pay a number of publishers to license their content. You'll notice that link there is purple. I have already clicked on that, read through it. It's not worth wasting your time with the bullshit that they say in that. But yes, this year they have started paying small journalists to up their content and small YouTube content creators and stuff like that. It's, I mean, it's kind of like one of those things that they just fund just to say that they've done it. So yes, they have. Is it as much as they should be? Probably not. Could they do more? Definitely. Do they have to do more? Fuck no. I mean, the fact that they did anything at all, they really didn't have to, but they did it anyway. And they did it before this fucking shit started happening. So they didn't do it as a response to this. They did it beforehand. Also very interesting. So, I mean, take that with, what you will. Pay a number of publishers to license their content for a new product, including some in Australia, as well as helping train thousands of Australian journalists. I don't know about that. I think that's a bit of a fucking stretch. It's part of our bigger commitment to the Australian economy, including working with over 1 million businesses of all sizes, that's worldwide, helping support almost 100,000 jobs, that's worldwide, sharing revenues through the YouTube Partner Program, and paying tens of millions of dollars in tax in accordance with Australian law. And I'm not a tax expert. I might try and get a tax expert on here one day to talk about that, but as far as I'm aware, Google pays very fucking little in tax. So again, that's probably bullshit right there. We've also corrected some claims that are just wrong. Google doesn't use or steal news content. We just link you to what you are looking for, including news. No shit. You don't have to explain that. We all fucking know that. I know you're putting that in there for Rupert to fucking read because he's a fucking retard, as is all the fucking news. Sorry swearing for so much. I just noticed it now. Hey, holy shit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I mean, it really is. Anyway, we've shared research showing that the fall in newspaper revenue over recent years was mainly the result of loss of classified ads to online classified businesses. Yeah. Also, there's a pretty good study going around at the moment that says no one wants to watch the fucking bullshit news anymore. I made that study up just now, but it's pretty fucking accurate. Getting a workable code. This is pretty good here. These dot points that they list off, brilliant. Brilliant. I kind of agree with some of them. I'll read out the ones I don't agree with. I'll read out all of them, but I'll point out the bits I don't agree with. All right. So basically this top part, I don't want to read this because it's boring, but basically says, we want a code that's not a bullshit one-sided code. Fair fucking enough, I reckon. If you're going to have back and forth between them, sure, come to a code that you both agree on. Do I think the news media business should have any fucking part of Google? Google, if you're listening, kick them the fuck off. We as Australians do not fucking watch their bullshit. I know no one from Google is watching this, but we don't give a fuck. Ask any Australian, do a little fucking survey, go around to people, ask them if they watch the news. The answer is they fucking don't. So anyway, they're saying they want a fair code that both parties can benefit from. Fair enough. All right, so first dot point here. The current draft law would force us to give news publishers advance notice of significant changes to search. That's Google. Honestly, I don't know why the fuck they call it that. It's so fucking annoying. It's Google. It's Google. Don't call it search. Your company is called Alphabet, okay? Everyone knows you're called Alphabet, okay? That's what the fucking company called. The website that everyone goes to search on is called Google. It's not called search. Very fucking simple. And other products, and tell them how to minimize the effect on them. If you have a blog, YouTube channel, or small business website that appears in search results, you'll be at a disadvantage compared to these news businesses. And if you search to find information, you'll be worse off because this rule will force us to slow down upgrades that improve Google for everyone. Yeah, very true. All right. This requirement of the draft law could be amended to require only reasonable notice about significant actionable changes. Okay. Here's a better idea for you. How about you tell mainstream media to go fuck themselves and they don't have any access to any of the algorithm? How does that fucking sound? Do that. That's the way better fucking scenario than giving them any bit of the fucking algorithm at all. They don't fucking need it. We know how important it is that your data is safe. The current draft law would require us to tell news businesses how they can gain access to data about how you use Google services without any guarantees about the ways that any data that is provided might be used. I don't know, that's slightly fucking concerning, isn't it? This could be amended to make it clear that Google is not required to share any additional data over and above what publishers are supplied, protecting information about how Australians interact with our sites. Again, Google, here's an idea for you. How about when Rupert comes along next and he says, hey, can I have all that data? You say, fuck off. How's that sound? Don't give them anything. They don't need our fucking data. They don't need any of it at all for any fucking purpose. They're the news. They don't need to know anything about us to tell us the fucking news. It's irrelevant to the news stories. It shouldn't affect it in any fucking way. You shouldn't have to give them any fucking data. It's so straightforward. You shouldn't... I mean, I get that it's nice that you're trying to, come to terms with them and balance out the equation. But tell them to go get fucked. They don't need any of this shit. All right, last dot point. We're almost done now. To be able to do what's best for you when this code becomes law, we need to be able to negotiate fairly with publishers. But the current draft law imposes a one-sided approach to negotiations. allowing news businesses to make claims about the value they say they offer Google, while ignoring the more than $200 million in value that Google provides to publishers each year by sending people to their websites. Ballsy fucking claim there. This could be amended to take account of the value both sides bring to the table, as the ACCC itself suggested in May, and prevent news businesses getting even more special treatment at the expense of other Australians. Again, you're Google. People should be paying you to put their links on your search, okay? You should not be paying them. That is the most illogical thing I can think of. Can you imagine getting the Yellow Pages out and the Yellow Pages paying people to have them listed in the Yellow Pages? It makes absolutely no fucking sense. If anything, if you want your company to be known about, you should be the one paying. That's very straightforward. I would love to have someone come on and explain to me why the fuck that should be the opposite way around, because that makes no sense whatsoever. So Google, all your responses here, you don't need any of them. The algorithm, tell them to get fucked. The data, tell them to get fucked. The payment, tell them you're not fucking paying. Very straightforward to all of these things. If they want payment, kick them off your fucking website and see how long they fucking last. I'll be surprised if they make it another fucking decade. All right, last little point here to sum it up. These adjustments, among others, are necessary so you can continue to have full and fair access to Google Search and YouTube. Thank you for calling it Google Search this time instead of just fucking search. It's called Google. Just call Google. I've gone on about it enough already. We're proposing changes to the draft law to enable us to get a workable code so we can all move on to building a strong digital economy for Australia's future. We'll keep doing everything we can to make sure the final version of the law is better and fairer, that it works for you and for Australia. Thank you, Mel De Silva, Managing Director, Australian Google. Again, there she is. Let's even get a full screen of her. Good on you, Mel. You're a fucking legend. Okay, good work whipping your dick out and slapping it on their fucking shoulder. Please keep doing this. We all fucking love you for it. There is no one here in Australia that thinks you're a dickhead for doing this. We are all on your side. Rupert can go eat a fucking dick.